of the dopamine pathways is the primary one in our hypothesis. We call it the dopamine hypothesis. It's been going on for 70 years, this hypothesis about dopamine as the cause of the positive symptoms. And there's one part that's for the positive symptoms, and then there's a mesocortical pathway that goes along with the cognitive symptoms like the disorganized speech and thought and the memory problems, trouble planning for the future. That is a different part of the schizophrenia condition. So that's one part of it that we're working with. But the reality is that this drug that I mentioned a little bit ago, Clozapine, actually works on a variety of different neurotransmitters, more than just dopamine. So the dopamine hypothesis is still our main theory. And then the listeners here may know Oprah Winfrey from TV and her books and her internet appearance and all the things that Oprah does. And sometimes she works with the other doctor, Deepak Chopra. So some years ago, she promoted a book called Hidden Valley Road. So Hidden Valley Road is a story of a husband and wife. I think he was in the Air Force in Colorado from the 1950s and 60s. They had 9 children. 6 of them were boys who had schizophrenia. And that family has been studied extensively over the decades. And there's been a number of scientists who have done a lot of studies on identical twins, where they're monozygotic twins or identical twins. One will have schizophrenia, and only 50% of the other, only half of the other twin will have schizophrenia. So there's been a lot of research on it over years and years and decades, and a lot of well-meaning scientists working really hard on this problem. And it's still somewhat, even after, I would say, 70 years of really strong work, still somewhat of a mystery. Even myself, I spent 4 years in a neurochemistry lab at the National Institutes of Health in Seymour Kaufman's laboratory, working on the catecholamine neurotransmitters, the norepinephrine, epinephrine, serotonin, and we worked on a novel molecule, nitric oxide, which also works in the brain as a neurotransmitter substance. We don't have any answers to what's the main cause of schizophrenia, but there's a lot of big theories and a lot of neuroscience that's involved and a lot of neuroanatomy, and that's why the medications are important. But because there's still so much mystery, this add-on stuff of the lifestyle psychiatry, at this stage of my life, it's like, we got to do more than just pills, more than just medication.
Yeah.